So hey, what's going on, viewers? So I'm finna show you some clips of G-Con, aka LaRon Campbell, being inconsistent about DNA. Now you're gonna see in some cases, in one instance he says one thing, and then when he goes on to another show, he'll say something totally different. So check out this.
Hold on. Let me glance at that. Look at that. All right.
Okay.
Can you share the chart?
Yeah,
And
I'm
what's
finished.
your name? Your name is this Devon or who is this?
No, my name is Demont. This is
Oh,
Yahukanon.
Demont. Oh, okay. I thought this was Devon.
Yeah, your arch nemesis, G-Con.
Oh yeah,
I
you
don't-
didn't do too good on that debate too, G-Con.
Wait, hold on. Hold on. Is this? Hold on.
Too.
Wait
You-
for a minute. Wait. Is this? Who is? Is this the? This is Have I spoken to you before
Nope.
on the phone?
Nope, no, you have
Okay.
not.
Okay. Got you. All right. So yeah, pull that information up,
I
brother.
got it up right now.
All right. So I'm looking at it, right? So.
Mhm.
All right. So let me see. Where does it say Levant?
Right there.
Okay, where's the what you call that? Where's the
That's
the
the
marker
other
at?
DNA test. I got 2 DNA tests. This is the
Right,
first.
right. But hold on, I understand
Yeah.
what this is, but I'm asking you, where's the marker at? Because it should be a marker that's right here somewhere.
No, this one right here does not show my haplogroup. Now the other one I have, it shows my haplogroup. This is the first one I showed. This is the one I got from DNA Tribes.
Right. I need to see
So
I
you
need
want
to
to see
see.
one from DNA Family Tree?
Yeah, because I know R1B1, R1B1. I know.
Now here's the one right here with the R1B1, and here's where my DNA is showing that in Asia, in the Levant, in Africa, and some in Europe.
All right. So this is what I'm saying. This is what I'm saying now, and it's a problem with this chart right here. And one of
No,
the
there
things.
is no problem with this chart.
Okay, well, hold on, brother. Let me finish.
Uh-huh.
Now, first of all, why is this chart not showing the haplogroups where they come from out of that area? Because you said you R1B1. That's what you say,
Yes,
right?
I am R1B1.
And right. And R1B1, we see R1B1 more mainly in North Africa, up there, North Africa and also Europe. Did you know that?
Okay. Do you not see this where it says R-M269? That's my haplogroup. Right there. You don't see that? You don't see
Okay,
what
I can't really see it. Now, okay, so let me so hold on. Now that you do know where that marker originates out from, right?
No, I do not know where that originates out from. It originates out of Africa.
Okay.
Right.
All haplogroups, hold up. First of all haplogroups originate out of Africa. Because first of all, like I said earlier in the show, if you test every male on this planet, white, black, whatever, their R chromosome goes back to a black man. So all haplogroups come out of Africa.
Right. So this is what I'm asking you, right? Okay, so we see that this R1B1, right? R1B1.
M269.
Right. It comes up out of Africa, right? It's right after R1B1A, right? Which come from the sub-Saharan, and then those who left from the sub-Saharan left and went up into what did we say? They went up into the Levant and also into Europe and also to, North Africa in that area. Now my question is to you, is there do you seem to see some type of, do you have a J marker or something like that?
No, I don't have a J marker.
Right, because if you notice that the J marker that we see that comes from Aram and also up in that area, you should have a J marker. You should say a J marker with them because that's where the children of Israel come from. In other words, when you look at
that's not necessarily true because
hold on. Wait, brother. Wait. Now you say you studied the Bible, right?
Yeah, I studied the word.
Okay, so let's watch this. Now, the first time you see the chart when we did with the charts of nations, and you see a dispersion, you see when you see Noah, and then where did they get off the boat at? Where did they get off the boat at?
If I'm not mistaken, it's by Turkey.
It's Turkey, Mount Ararat, right? And I'm gonna tell you this right now so you can understand this. Do you know that the J marker comes out of that area from Mount Ararat? Did you know that?
First of all, I don't care about no J marker. First of all, let's look at this chart. And
Okay, hold on, brother. Hold on. Wait.
Hold on. Y'all got on my nerves.
All right, go ahead.
We see that, like I said, on this chart, we see that I have DNA in Asia. We see I have DNA also in the Levant, and we see I have DNA in Africa and also some DNA in Western Europe. So don't sit up here and tell me that from this chart right here, you don't see right there, right where this arrow's at, that's Israel, and it's showing that I have DNA connected there.
Right. Hold on, brother.
And
Now,
I don't have
first of
no
all,
J marker.
hold on. Now, I want to ask you this, because the majority of descendants that you're going to see that are Israel, or did they say that they Israel, or to say they come from some Semitic people, have the J marker? Do you know that?
They don't just have the J marker; they have the E1B1 marker as well.
Yeah. You're right. You're right.
Hold on. There's many markers that the Yehudis have. It's not just the J marker. It's not just the E1B marker.
But that's what I'm trying to tell you. The E1B1 marker that we see is when they start mingling with the people that's in Africa. That's what we start seeing.
The E1B1B, not the E1B1A.
E1B1, and also the E1B1A too. This as well. E1B1B, E1B1. When we see that marker that we see with that mingling in, is because they went into North Africa, which is up into Egypt and also into Libya.
Right, what are you trying to tell me now? From what I see on my DNA charts, both of them, it says it shows that I share DNA with the land of Israel. Are you trying to say otherwise?
I'm just trying to ask you a question. Why? Hold on. You can listen. You can share land. I mean, you can be up there with Israel. It don't necessarily have to be Israel. Egypt was up there all day long. We got E1B1, E1B1A markers up there all day long, because we know the Egyptians and those that moved up north. So they did move up. They controlled those areas.
Yeah.
Are you saying that the DNA test is a lie? Yes or no?
I'm telling you, you don't know how to read that chart. That's what I'm saying.
Know how to read the chart because you're trying to keep the lie alive. First of all, the first original man was black. That's the first thing. So when you talk about Abraham being from Syria and all that, yeah, they were of people of color.
The first original man, which was Adam, was red as the soil. First off,
Adam was black. That's what I'm saying. Ruddy red is black. It's like a brownish color, like a red.
Right, but that doesn't hold on. That doesn't necessarily mean that this person is black. The Dravidians is dark black, blacker than you, bruh, and they're not black.
A white man cannot produce a black child. That is scientific.
Wait, but listen, this is what I'm telling you, bro. I'm telling you this. You can be dark black. Hold on. You can be dark black and not be black. I just told you that the Dravidians right now today are darker than me and you. And guess what? They're not black people. They're not Africans.
Solomon was black with dreadlocks. I can prove that in the Bible. That man.
I just wanted to pull that out, but that was my point. I think I made my point clear.
No, you didn't make your point. Right. You sound like a Toby. That's what you sound like.
So now, as you can see in that clip I just showed you, G-Con told me and Chris Harris that E1B1A and E1B1B is Israelite DNA as far as the J marker as well. So remember, I showed him in that clip that I had R1B and he discredited R1B DNA. Now this next clip I'm about to show you is G-Con, aka LaRon Campbell, discrediting E1B1A DNA when he talks to these two couples.
So that's why Paul said to abstain from endless genealogies, because we've had this conversation for these couple of hours, and all it's led to was, oh, I got to do this more research and this more research and this. And what did Solomon say? There's making of books. There is no end, and much study is just weariness to the flesh. That's why Paul said abstain from endless genealogies, for all they do is gender more questions than edification. Because instead of edifying or defending the gospel, we're like, well, you gotta do this research and find out who you are, or do DNA, or we can't really trust DNA and all this kind of. So all it does is lead more questions. More questions.
I mean, the thing that you're not understanding from what my wife is telling you is that all she's telling you to do is just, hey, I mean, when you say that if you want to say, okay, you're perfectly content with who you are, then that's fine. That's not the problem. When you're saying that these people that were from West Africa are not the true Jews, that is a problem, because you're putting yourself in this position to where you know these people, you know their culture, you know where they came from, you know where they derive from, and it's like that's not how that works.
Well,
then you brush that. Wait a second, and then you brush that off on the other people who, like me and my wife, and like other professing Christians who say that they are Hebrews. Okay, like Yehukanan, who said that he is Hebrew, and he actually went through the DNA to back it up. So even with that, you're telling these people, hey, don't believe that. And that's the problem.
Well, I mean, your
It's
wife
like
said
stop
you
doing
can't
it's
trust
like
me
stop doing that. You're content with not knowing who you are. Okay, be content. But don't try to give me an identity. Don't try to give me an identity to where you don't know mine. And you're not willing to actually seek that out.
Well, here's the thing. If you're in
And
Christ, I
truth
do
matters.
know your identity.
And truth matters. Truth matters. Truth.
Right, that's not truth though.
Truth
That's the
matters.
that's the problem. That's not what truth is.
That's your assertion.
Hold on. Truth.
And
Truth.
I mean that's
Truth.
debatable. But
Wait,
I'm
wait,
saying
truth.
well, I'm addressing, you know, kind of the why does it matter question that was presented.
Right, it doesn't
Well, I
really
mean,
matter because it didn't matter to
matters.
Paul. It didn't matter to Paul.
Paul, it did matter. Paul said I'm a Benjamite. He made sure that
And
that
guess
was
what
known.
he said? He said after he said that,
And then he said,
all of
yeah,
those
it's
things
junk.
I
So,
counted as
right.
dung, baby.
So we see that there's a balance there. We see that there's a balance there.
Right, but
I mean, it doesn't mean that it's worthless information. I mean,
And Paul was born a
like,
Jew and knew he was a Jew. That's the difference between
right. And then you brought up
Exactly,
Yehukanan, right? Yehukanan, can you show me? You brought up Yehukanan. I need for you to show me, and I need for Yehukanan to bring that DNA evidence to us because we got brothers to deal with. We can get a brother on her right now. He has a degree in biology and he deals with DNA. So if Yehukanan saying he never when we talked to Yehukanan about his DNA, I noticed he never specifically gave us what it was. So I like to even hear him again and see what is he talking about because most people going around screaming talking about E1B1A, not knowing that Ramses III it was E1B1A and he was sub-Saharan African. Because
I mean, hey,
E1B1A
you can take that up with Yehukanan, and you can go to session 3 of So Reels with the Hebrew Israelite thing and just rewatch it.
Right, but you,
but see, the whole thing is.
Mac, here, hold on, Mac. Let me finish though. E1B1A, right? They most people try to say that is Israelite DNA, right? And when you trace E1B1A back, it comes from sub-Saharan Africa. Well, Israel came from the Levant area, northern Mesopotamia.
Even though they migrated to different places in Africa.
Wait, hold on, but listen. Even though they migrated, they came from those people that was up in the Middle East, in North Mesopotamia. Why they should have a marker if they say that they come from those areas from up that way? Because they took on the children of Laban, and Laban was from Assyria or Syria. So therefore, they share something with him, being the daughters of Laban, and then we see Jacob going into those daughters. They should have a marker. So when you say E1B1A, I can see E1B1B1, but because we see that in North Africa and somewhere up in Europe, but you and also somewhat to the east, but you say E1B1A. That is the
you ain't hold on. See, G-Con, see, I want to address this right now. This needs to stop with you, G-Con. And I am serious, man, because you keep bearing false witness on me, man. I'm not bringing up no E1B1, any of that. I don't even know what any of that is, and to me, it doesn't even matter. And you wanna use that as if I hold to something like that. Come on, man, stop. You did that to me the last time. You still didn't even apologize for, and you're wrong. Stop it.
Listen, bro. You brought up, and listen, this sister in here, your wife, she brought up DNA. Marcus.
No, I didn't. I said I am not knowledgeable about DNA at all, so I didn't want to even talk about it.
Hold on. Before, sister, before
I didn't
bring up.
I did not.
You said.
I didn't. You brought up DNA. Actually, G-Con, you were like, you need to explain the haplogroup. I said I don't think haplogroups are reliable. I said it as an offhand comment. I didn't even touch on it.
I understand you said that, but you said that maybe we might share something with them. That's what you said, as far as the people that's in West Africa.
No, we didn't.
No, I was talking about just from a historical standpoint. The people that I was talking about, like the slave coast, the people who were living in that region were a specific group of people, and so a large percentage of us that were brought over here were taken from that region. And so, I mean, that would just make sense that we come from those people in that region. I mean, that's just logical. Not even looking at it from a DNA standpoint. I wanted to avoid that. because I don't look at DNA. I haven't researched it. I don't know anything about genetics or anything like that. But what my husband said is correct. He's never said anything about E1B1A ever. I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about, but he's never said that.
I understand he never said that, but he brought up Yehukanah. So what I'm doing is I'm bringing up about
right. And Yehukanah never said that about his DNA either. I think he says he's like R1B or something. So
okay, well, yeah, well, if he is R1B1, what is he? Let's look and see what R1B. That comes from sub-Saharan Africa too. R1B1.
I mean, it's like it's like this is what I'm talking about. You G-Con, you already know that you don't have like a degree in genetics like that, okay? And even if you did, again, we're talking about a people, okay? A people that were stripped from their land, okay? Stripped from their culture and stripped from their names and were given other names.
So,
just like how the Israelites were.
Brother
And
G-Con.
hold on, according to the culture from where they came from, they were the very ones who are telling you by their oral tradition, they drifted and migrated from where Israel was, and they tell you that.
Genetically, we can't find that.
They are accurate, and they tell you that. And you have not even bothered to look that up. That's the problem. And you're trying to give us an identity that there is none.
Let me respond to that real quick. And I heard you, Sister Sherry. I'm gonna respond to that real quick before you say
Okay, dear brother. Okay. Okay.
Now listen. Now we have the Bull tribe among the Limbas, right? We have, and then also not to mention that R1B1 or R1B that originates out of Europe, bro. And so and R1A originate out of Asia. So North Asia, matter of fact. So whatever. But anyways, so when you look at
So now y'all can see from that clip that I just showed you, he just said E1B1A is not, right? But remember, the clip I showed you earlier, he told me and Chris Harris that E1B1A is, okay? So now he's saying that R1B comes from, originated out of Europe. So now the next clip I'm going to show you, the next two clips I'm going to show you is G-Con, aka LaRon, saying that J2 in R1B comes from Middle Eastern DNA. And if I made a mistake to say E1B1B earlier, no, he said something about R1B coming from out of Europe or something like that. So bottom line, I'm going to show you how he's just contradicting himself.
and then you got Mikael Ben Israel running around here. Ephraim, Sephardic Jews, when he was doing his presentation at the get together, the Israel doctrine threw up the thing that he had up there in Chicago. Shout out to Israel Doctrine. It looked like it was some nice information that he was putting out. You know, he knew not to. You know, he said some little stuff concerning the Shield Squad and Christian apologists, but it's all good though. Like we some agents or something like that when it's not really that at all. You know. And so Mikael Ben Israel, I mean, he talked about the tongues as far as dealing with Ladino, or you know, which is a mixture of Spanish and also Hebrew, the Ladino language. And so the Sephardic Jews, or some of those people up in North Africa, spoke a lot of those things, but he read from, I mean, I don't think he even gave a source. It was so sloppy the way he did it, man. It was super sloppy. But that's Mikael Ben Israel for you, man. You know, he attacks. You know, I don't even know why the brother attacked Vocab when he never actually spoken to this brother a day in his life. And me and Vocab actually hold the same position on what we see with those Jews that are saying they are Jews. Is relative to say Ashkenazi, Sephardic, Ethiopian Jews, Mizraim Jews that we see, Sumerian Jews. You got Jews in Elam, Iraq, all of these different, different sects of Jews. And so we find that there is a genetic similarity between these guys. And so we hold that position. And so we are asking people to basically get some type of DNA test done because they should have some type of marker, and so we're not saying the DNA test is basically so accurate to where it tells you the specific time when these guys was parted off, and because I don't agree with the timeline. I do believe that the DNA is a biological clock within the body, that we can use it as we use what we call the biological clock, which is also called a molecular clock. And so we can use and say there is something that these people share, and we can look at these markers and stuff like that. And these brothers, they fail to do that. It makes me just want to just start taking DNA kits with me and just start, sticking people with needles and putting it off in a tube or something and taking it to the lab and reading their DNA test out live on YouTube. That's what it makes me want to start doing. You know what I'm saying? And I'm almost, I could just imagine me just taking even a little scrape off of Mikael Ben Israel, just a little scrape, you know what I'm saying, with a little bit of a beard hair. He ain't gonna miss nothing. And put it in a tube and send it to the lab and say, bruh, you are 100%, whatever it may be. You might be that, but you need some type of marker that those Middle Eastern people have. You need a J marker. You need probably an R1B1B1 marker. You need you need some type of markers, man.
So now you see where he's saying J2 and R1B now are Middle Eastern DNA. Now, earlier he was saying R1B is not. It's come from Europe and all these other things. So either this man does not know anything about DNA, or Vocab is telling him to say these things. Remember, he just said that him and Vocab agree on this. I haven't heard what Vocab had to say about DNA and haplogroups, but from what I'm hearing from LaRon Campbell, aka G-Con, don't sound like he knows what he's talking about. So maybe Vocab is putting him up to this. Or is he lying? Or is he confused?
Is there a Christian apologia or apologetics group that run around and attack the community of the Hebrew Israelites? And they attack them and attack them and attack them and say they're not pushing the gospel, right? Now, according to their doctrine, black people aren't Hebrew Israelites or Israelites in general, because the word...
That's a lie right there. Like, that's not what we teach. Matter of fact, we actually teach that we have Jews that are black people that say that they are Jews, and we have oral traditions, we have also literature, and we also have genetics to prove that they are Jews, because they share something with other groups that are Jews around the world. So if you're going to say you're a Jew, at least share something with the other Jews that we know that have been in those places since antiquities, that are saying they are Jews and have the culture behind it. So he just lied right there. We talk about the Bull tribe from the Limbas. We talk about Ethiopia, the Mizraim, also the Yemen Jews. We got Yemen Jews that we see, some of those North African Jews, Sephardic and the Mizraim Jews, and Ashkenazi, the Sumerian Jews, the Jews that's in Iraq and those different places. So there's many Jews around the world, and what we find out is when they do a genetic study on these guys and they say that they have some type of Jew background or Jew religion that they're practicing, then we can kind of see that the very genetics actually tie up. You got people running around here saying E1B1A is basically the a Jew haplogroup or whatever the case may be. So in matter of fact, when you say Jew, you're basically dealing with either the Jew religion. You know what I'm saying? So I wouldn't say a Jew haplogroup, but an Israelite haplogroup or whatever the case may be. And that's just not the case. We can see that we have mainly these Jews or these Semitic people. They have different markers, mainly J1, J2, mainly R1B. Some may have R1B1. I believe some have E1B1. So we can kind of see, but mainly those that are tied up within that region, we see that genetically they share something with each other.
So now there you go. Now he talking about mainly people are saying E1B1A or whatever. Shoot, earlier you told me and Chris that E1B1A and E1B1B G-Con, aka LaRon Campbell, that was Israelite DNA. So now, you know what I'm saying, now you're switching your story up. But then you were saying R1B wasn't. Now you're saying it is. So you're switching your story up. And see, this last clip I played for you, this was on his page called Chris Harris Exposed. So apparently this man don't know what he's talking about. I mean, I'm gonna let y'all judge. Is he confused? Is he being deceptive? Or is he just straight lying? I mean, what's going on, bruh? G-Con, answer me, because you call me out on Surreal's myth or whatever, Israelites myths and all that other stuff about showing DNA and all that other stuff. Anytime you want to talk to me, you got my number. It's all good. But yo, I think really he just don't want us as so-called African Americans to be the people. And we are the people. I believe we are. We're starting to wake up. And these people don't want that. I'm starting to think that this man G-Con is an agent. He's Vocab's agent, I'm starting to think. See, it seems like Vocab is the one giving him this information about DNA. Because from what I'm showing you guys, don't seem like he know what he's talking about. He's changing up his story too much. So he ain't credible on it. Yo, peace to Mikael. Peace to Israel Doctrine. Peace to Chris Harris. And peace to the rest of the nation of the chosen children of Israel. Shalom. Shalom.